Hi there. The purpose of this video is to get you really comfortable with figuring out thirds and sixths that are diatonic to a major key. We can figure out thirds by knowing our diatonic triads: 1 major, D, 2 minor, 3 minor, etc. Well, a major chord must have a major third and a minor chord must have a minor third, because there's no other way that it could create that sound without the third being consistent. Since all major keys follow this pattern, all you have to know is what key you're in, and you'll know what a third is, as long as you know what scale degree it's on. So if you're in the key of C and you see that D is the lowest note of a third, you know that it's a third based on scale degree 2, and the 2 chord is minor, so that third must be minor. If you realize that the lowest note of the third is an F, you're in the key of C, and you remember that you figure out that F is the 4th scale degree, and F is the 4 is a major chord. You know that F to A, the third away, is a major third. You can see it drawn out right here. Here's all the thirds. Now, the one that you might have to think about a little bit more is the diminished chord, the 7 chord. The diminished chord has a minor third. Notice that it's not a minor chord because it doesn't have a perfect fifth. It has a diminished fifth, which is shown in this diagram here. All the fifths are perfect except for the one on scale degree 7. Okay, back to our thirds. By knowing our thirds instantly, we can figure out sixths. So what I want you to do is to do an exercise on musictheory.net, which is only thirds and sixths. So if we start the exercise, you look at the key signature, you see, okay, it's no sharps or flats, that means it's C. And you look at the lowest note, which in this case is a G. You ask yourself, what scale degree is G in the key of C? And you realize it's scale degree 5. What's the 5 chord in any major key? It's a major chord, therefore this is a major third. You go to the next one, you look at the key. Okay, this is the key of G major. What is the scale degree? The scale degree is 6, but however, it's not a third, right? It's a sixth. So what you do is you just bring the top note down to an octave in your mind, and you see that it's a C. And then you ask yourself, what scale degree is that? Scale degree 4. What's the 4 chord major? So if the C was here, that would be a major third. So therefore, this is a minor sixth. A minor sixth. So you have to convert the sixths to thirds. Here's our pattern of major and minor thirds based on our knowledge of triads. And now when we invert them, of course, we have to take the one that starts on A and invert it so that the C is the lowest note. So we have the 6th starting on scale degree 1. And we see that it was a minor third, and now it would be a major sixth. So why don't you pause the video for a minute and figure out the others. In other words, this one will relate to this one. This one, C to E, will relate to this one, E to C. And figure out all the sixths. Okay, so we're back, and here we're showing how it all relates. So the 1 is a major sixth, the 2 is a major sixth, the 3 is a minor sixth, 4 is a major sixth, and so on. Now, another option, instead of trying to memorize all the sixths, is to just remember that when you see a sixth, to think of the top note as the bottom note of a third. All right? So you see a sixth, and instead of looking at the bottom note, you say, what's that top note? The top note's an A. What's A in the key of C? It's the 6. What's the 6th chord? It's a minor third, so it's a major sixth. So that way, you just go directly to that. You have to visually move it down. You can just zero in on it, right? So you say to yourself, okay, what's B? B is the 7th scale degree. That's diminished. It has a minor third, so therefore this is a major sixth. What's this? It's C. What's that? Scale degree 1, usually a major chord, therefore it's a minor sixth, and so on. Okay, so let's use that. You can memorize all the sixths, or you can use the method that I just said. So now let's do a little bit more of the challenge here. Okay, so we're in the key of G. We realize it's a sixth, so instead of looking at the lower note, let's just go ahead and look at that top note. It's a C. What's C in the key of G? It's 4. 4 is major, therefore this is a minor sixth. Okay, we'll do another one. We're in the key of G. This is a third again. What scale degree is that? Scale degree 5. 5 is major. This is a major third. Key of C, third, scale degree It's F, scale degree 4. 4 is what kind of chord? Major, major third. Got another 6. We're in the key of G. Look at the top note instead of the bottom note. The top note is a B. What's B in the key of G? Scale degree 3. What's the 3 chord? Minor. Therefore, this is inverted, so it's a major sixth. A couple more. Key of F. It's a 6, so we don't look at the bottom note. We look at the top note. Top note is a G. What's G in the key of F? It's scale degree 2. What's scale degree 2 chord? 2 minor, but it's a 6, so we're inverting it. So instead of a minor third, it's a major sixth. Okay, you try this one now. What key are we in? That's right. Hopefully you got B flat. Okay, it's a third. What's the lowest note? That's right, E flat. What's E flat in the key of B flat? Scale degree 4, correct. And what's the 4 chord? Major, therefore this is a major third. Okay, so now that we've been through this, now it's up to you to practice. Remember, in thirds, just look at the third and relate it to the diatonic chord. When it's a sixth, look at the top note, relate that to your diatonic chord, and then invert it. Let's do one more sixth, just so to practice that one more time. So this is a third. So we have a sixth. Okay, we have a sixth. Here's G major. We don't look at the bottom note, we look at the top note. What is it? It's F sharp. What scale degree is that? Scale degree 7. Think of that as the bottom note for a minute. Okay, scale degree 7 has a diminished chord. Is a diminished chord. Diminished chord has a minor third, so therefore this is inverted. It would be a major sixth. There we go. Okay, go to the link that I will post to do this thirds and sixths challenge.